to the NFL Draft.
Some turmoil threatens their roster in the early season. A challenge has been made for a top spot on the depth chart. Competition breeds success, but coaches will decide how far the competition goes.
Please welcome your 2027 Minnesota Vikings.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gott, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee,
and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans.
Please welcome your 2027.
Got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. They'll look to throw again. And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing.
Here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now.
So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings, as they move to 2-0 in this preseason, getting that second win here in Week 2. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Nashville, we say good night, everybody. Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Tonight, a good one on Thursday night primetime. It's the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, a win here for the Vikings. They finish off the preseason unbeaten, and they are ready for the regular season, which will kick off in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from SoFi.
One final shot here. Need this to force overtime. And the hit separates the football and Vikings pick up the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.
A great 1-2 to start the year. Hi everyone, Scott Hansen, and this is your Week 2 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. We start with a good matchup in the NFC, and it's the first-round draft pick, J.J. McCarthy. He's going to find a man. It's an 11-yard touchdown pass. The Vikings are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. From there, it's off to Tampa. Let's look in on the Buccaneers. They're hosting the Green Bay Packers. And it's Jalen Noel. A deep shot downfield, and he's right there to look it in, and they're not gonna get him. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. The Packers get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. Lastly, let's get down to Miami, the Dolphins taking on the Jets. And this is the Jets quarterback. Hey, this NFL thing is not so difficult apparently. One of 3 touchdown passes for him in the ballgame. The Jets get it done within the division as they come away with the victory. That's a wrap. Until next time, I'm Scott Hansen. Good night from all of us at EA Sports.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. On the visiting sideline, look at the head coach of the Vikings. His guys parlaying a pair of early home games into a 2-0 start to this season. Leading the opposing sideline, that's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. His guys 2-0 as well, so two of the league's better teams meeting here this week. The Vikings pick up the win on the road. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Green Bay.
Fall is in the air and not a moment too soon. I'm Scott Hansen, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 3. We start with a good matchup in the NFC. And this is J.J. McCarthy. Leading the charge, this one of his 4 touchdown tosses on the night. The Vikings are off to a 3-0 start as they get the victory. From there, let's move on to another compelling early season matchup. And this is Josh Allen. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Bills get the victory in the battle of unbeatens. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the LA Rams. And oh, he is magic with the ball in his hands. Lamar Jackson. He's going to do it himself, takes it into the end zone, 11-yard touchdown. The Ravens are back in the win column. They move to 2-1 with a Week 3 victory. That's a wrap. Until next time, I'm Scott Hanson. Good
Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. On the visiting sideline, there's the Chiefs head coach, Andy Reid. His guys off to a slow start, 1-2, following the loss last week. Across from him, his counterpart from the Vikings. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice. Right back to the air from Mahomes. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Garrett Wiley. Touchdown, Chiefs. That touchdown number goal. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rondale Moore. Touchdown, KC. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. That is caught, and he's in. Justin Jefferson, touchdown Vikings.
Mike, what a game, but now what decision are they going to make? They find themselves down 1. I think this is a no.
So, that's going to be it. It was a game that did not lack for highlights, but in the end, 4 quarters and an overtime session couldn't break the deadlock. This game ends in a tie. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
One month down, and what a month it was. I'm Scott Hanson. Here's your Week 4 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. We start with a good matchup here, AFC versus NFC. And it's JJ to JJ. McCarthy finding the all-world wideout, Justin Jefferson. An 18-yard touchdown pass. Kind of surprising for all the points put up on the board that this one would end up as a tie. From there, let's get you to another interesting matchup. And this is Brian Robinson. He'll find an opening and take it in, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. The Commanders have won 2 straight since the Week 2 loss. They go to 3-1 with the victory. Got one more to show you. Let's go to Denver. It's the Broncos hosting the LA Chargers. And here is Ladd McConkey. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Chargers are now 4-0. What a first month as they continue to roll. So that
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Minnesota Vikings the Detroit Lions. On the visiting sideline, there is the Vikings head coach. His guys stuck in a fierce battle last week in the game that ended up atop. Across the field, it is Lions head coach Dan Campbell. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at act in this one. So it's a win here for the Lions. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their two scheduled matchups. A chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.
High five! I'm Scott Hanson, and this is your Week 5 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. We start with a good matchup in the NFC, and this is Jared Goff. He'll connect on a 13-yard touchdown pass. The Lions get a second straight win after that 1-2 start. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green? The Jets, they're playing host to the Buffalo Bills. And it's Josh Allen. He connects. It's a 16-yard touchdown. The Bills move to 4-1, looking good as they get the win here. Lastly, we head out to SoFi Stadium. It's the Chargers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And this is Omarion Hampton. He's going to hustle his way to the end zone, 10 yards on the touchdown. The Chargers continue to have enough. They make it 5 straight wins to start the new year. Until next week, Scott Hanson, good night from Orlando.
Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. Visiting sideline, there's Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guy's perfect on the new season. 5 games, 5 wins in the early going. Across from him, his counterpart from the Vikings. His team fell on the road last week trying to turn things around in front of the home folks.
He puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mekhi Blackman.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the...
Oh, a win here for the Vikings. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings, as we say so long from Minneapolis.
EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 6. I'm Scott Hanson. We start with a good matchup here, AFC versus NFC. And it's the former Michigan man, J.J. McCarthy. And it's a touchdown pass from 9 yards out. The Vikings wind up taking this one by a touchdown. Up next, another intriguing matchup. And this is Jalen Hurts. He went for more than 300 yards passing, including this, one of his 3 touchdowns through the air. The Eagles are playing well. They improved to 5-1 with this victory. Lastly, we go up to Lambeau Field. It's the Packers taking on the Raiders. And this is Ashton Genty. He's going to get in from 6 yards out. The Raiders improved to 4-2 on the year with another win. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hanson in Orlando, good night from all of us at EA Sports.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2027 Minnesota Vikings!
On the visiting sideline, Washington head coach Dan Quinn. His guys playing well, 4-2 through the first 6 games. Across from him, his counterpart from the Vikings. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put...
You bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a...
This to potentially send us to overtime. He banged... On first down, here's McCarthy. He's going to air this one out. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Trey Amos. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a shocking finish. There are no flags, and this game is over.
Mike, in all my years of watching NFL games, I'm not sure if I've ever seen an ending quite like this. I understand the idea if you have the ball, let's avoid overtime and finish this game. But overtime has to be the worst-case scenario. Instead, this is a disaster, and it ends up costing them the game.
So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.
Artistry on display. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Hanson. This is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 7. We start with a good matchup in the NFC. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. This is going to end up a touchdown. The Commanders up their record to 5-2 as they get the victory here. Why don't we move on now and check in on another big mid-season matchup. And it's Ladd McConkey. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. The Chargers move their mark to 6-1 as they continue to play well here in the season's first half. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. And here it's Josh Allen surveying and finding Khalil Shakir. 20 yards on the touchdown pass. The Bills win it by 10, 27-17 the final score. And that's a wrap for this week. For all the hardworking men and women in the studio, Scott Hanson saying goodnight.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Please welcome your 2027 Minnesota Vikings.
On the Bengals sideline, that's head coach Zach Taylor. These guys not quite sure what type of team they're going to be this season after a 3-3 start. Running the show across the field, that's the head coach of the Vikings. These guys more than motivated for this. They are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
Two months in, and the NFL is as unpredictable as ever. Hi, everyone. Scott Hanson in Orlando. This is your weekly recap for Week 8. We start with a good matchup here, AFC versus NFC. And it's the veteran, TJ Hawkinson. He's so good working down the field, hauls this one in stride. A 43-yard touchdown. The Vikings had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. From there, we go to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Let's check in on the Chargers. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. And this is Omarion Hampton. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. The Chargers move their mark to 7-1, looking good as they get the win. Lastly, let's go to Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And this is the Steelers quarterback. He connects on the touchdown pass, 18 yards away. The Steelers win their third straight game as they get the victory today. That's a wrap. Until next time, I'm Scott Hanson. Good night from all of us at EA Sports. Hi, everyone. Scott Hanson with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get you caught up on. Why don't we start out in Foxborough? The Patriots at home to take on the Buffalo Bills. And it's Khalil Shakir, one of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Bills find a way. They win it by a point. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green? The Jets at home to take on Washington. And And it's the former Alabama running back, Brian Robinson. Footwork, agility, speed, power, a brilliant run for the touchdown. The Commanders move to 7-2 as they get the win here. Lastly, let's go out to the desert, Glendale, Arizona. The Cardinals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And it's the veteran, one of the best in the game, Nick Chubb. He covers a lot of ground here, 23 yards, touchdown. The Ravens close out the first half of the season with a victory as they move to 6-3 on the year. So that'll do it for us and for the first half of the NFL's regular season. It's going fast.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2027 Minnesota Vikings.
On the visitor's sideline, Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. His guys just 2-4 in their last 6 games. Across from him, his counterpart from the Vikings. His guys, so it's a win for the visitors, the Cardinals. This one went down to the wire. They're able to persevere. They can walk out of here with a well-deserved victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.
Representing the legendary Al Davis and the team's will to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visiting sideline, look at the head coach of the Vikings. His guys hoping that one loss last week doesn't become 2 here. Running the show across the field, that's Raiders head coach Pete Carroll. This guy's coming off the bye week, so we'll keep an eye on it, Brock. Maybe put this in the win column for the Raiders. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ballgame.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from
EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 11. We begin with a good interconference matchup. Oh, and it's Ashton Genty. He's going to take this one in. It's a 3-yard touchdown. The Raiders go on to take it. They win by 13. From there, let's go to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Check in on the Titans as they host the Houston Texans. And this is Cam Ward. He's going to find some open space, and he is gone. 32 yards on the touchdown run. The Titans would go on to win 21-6. Lastly, let's go to Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers hosting the LA Rams. And this is the Steelers quarterback. He connects on a 19-yard touchdown pass. The Steelers wind up cruising in this one, 27-0 the final score. So that'll put a bow on this one. For all the hardworking men and women here in Orlando, Scott Hansen saying,
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Visiting sideline, look at the head coach of the Vikings. These guys coming off back-to-back losses. Along the opposite sideline, the head coach of the Broncos. These guys mired in a losing streak, hoping a trip home is going to help them snap out of it. It's a win for the Broncos. And it could have gone either way down to the very end, but they were able to come up with the clutch plays to take the victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.
and your weekly recap for week number 12 is up now. We begin with a good interconference matchup, and it's the veteran Evan Engram. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Broncos wind up taking this one by a touchdown. Next up, we go to the Steel City. We'll check in on the Steelers as they play host to the LA Chargers. And this is Justin Herbert, a touchdown pass from 15 yards away. The Chargers come away with the victory in what could wind up being an AFC playoff preview. One more for you. Let's go to Cincinnati. The Bengals hosting the New England Patriots. And it's the New England defense that comes up with the big play here. They get the interception from deep in their own end. He's got some space. He's got some speed. He's not gonna get caught. Touchdown on the pick six. The Patriots get it done on the road as they come away with the win.
Up here in the north, this is the land of Vikings, and with the Yaller horn bellowing throughout US Bank Stadium, a Nordic nation of 70,000 strong rises up with a cry of Skål to usher 2 teams into battle. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. On the away sideline, it's Mike McDonald, head coach of the Seahawks. These guys have had a tough time coming by wins this year. Losers of 5 of their last 7. Running the show across the field, that's the head coach of the Vikings. So it's a win for the Vikings. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
I'm Scott Hansen. You're tuned in to the EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 13. We start with a good matchup in the NFC. And it's the first-round draft pick, J.J. McCarthy. He had it working. This one of 5 touchdown passes for the game. The Vikings are going to come away with the victory. They win it by 3 scores. From there, let's get you to another interesting matchup. And it's Khalil Shakir. A deep shot downfield, and he's right there to look it in, and they're not gonna get him. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. The Bills are absolutely red hot. They've now won 7 in a row as they get the job done in this one. One more to show you real quick. It's over in Tampa, the Buccaneers hosting the Washington Commanders. And this is Najee Harris. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. The Commanders keep it rolling. They get their 6th straight victory here. So that'll put a bow on this.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. These guys victorious a week ago, trying to make it 2 in a row here. On the other side for the Rams, it's Sean McVay. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans. The L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for L.A., their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,
for some December football. Hi everyone, Scott Hansen here, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 14. We start with a good matchup in the NFC. And this is the former Tennessee Volunteer, Hendon Hooker. He's going to do it himself, a 15-yard rushing touchdown. From there, it's off to Atlanta. Let's look in on the Falcons. They're playing host to the Buffalo Bills. And this is the visitors' running back. He's going to get in from 6 yards out. The Bills continue to roll. It's been 2 months since their last loss. This win today makes it 8 straight victories. One more to show you. Let's go to Philadelphia. It's the Eagles taking on the Raiders. And it's A.J. Brown. He's so good working down the field, hauls this one in stride. A 55-yard touchdown. The Eagles win their 4th straight as they get the victory here. And that's a wrap for this week. For all the hardworking men and women in the studio.
Film rooms are the forum where strategies are discussed and victories are born. Each person there has a voice and a chance to step forward with what they believe is the key to this week's game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the North Star State, where the sounds of the Yaller horn and the Skol chant echo throughout U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. On the visitor's sideline, Lions head coach Dan Campbell. These guys have really been struggling. Just 2 wins over their last 8. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. These guys came up short on the road last week. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Minnesota, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their slim playoff hopes are gone now.
It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Along the Packers sideline, there's a look at their head coach, Matt LaFleur. These guys hoping that one loss last week doesn't become 2 here. Running the show across the field, that's the head coach of the Vikings. His side also occupying playoff position, so might be a rematch we see play out this postseason. So it's a win for the Vikings. And this game, wow, it came down to the final moments where it was their clutch score that proved the difference and set up this victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
We start with a good matchup in the NFC. And this is J.J. McCarthy. He connects for a 5-yard touchdown. The Vikings win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. From there, we check out another big late-season game, playoff implications here. And this is Jaden Daniels. A touchdown pass from 15 yards away. The Commanders get the victory here in a battle of 2 teams with Super Bowl aspirations. Lastly, let's go to Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And this is the versatile Curtis Samuel. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. A 43-yard touchdown. The Steelers walk it off. They win in overtime. So that'll do it for us as we look forward to what should be a fantastic final 2 weeks of the regular season.
Film rooms are the forum where strategies are discussed and victories are born. Each person there has a voice and a chance to step forward with what they believe is the key to this week's game.
You're in the north, the Yowler horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Coming off a contest that looks real good on paper between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Well, a very happy new year to all of you watching this one. Joined by Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, saying hello for the first time in the new year, Brock. And also, as we end another regular season, this our penultimate contest before the old NFL calendar flips a page and our postseason arrives.
And this is where you want to put your best foot forward to begin one year and end another. Your New Year's resolution. Start the calendar year off right and give all the effort you got. Empty the tank over these last couple weeks. And in this regular season playing the...
So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for Brock Hewitt and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen here, and this is your weekly recap for Week 17. We start with a good matchup in the NFC, and it's the first-round draft pick, J.J. McCarthy. One of his 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Vikings win their 3rd straight game as they get the victory today. Up next, another intriguing matchup. And this is Bryce Young. A touchdown pass here from 23 yards out. The Panthers come away with a 4-point victory. Lastly, let's go out to the desert, Glendale, Arizona. The Cardinals hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is Kyler Murray. He connects on the touchdown pass 18 yards away. The Cardinals have no problems in this one. They get it done in blowout fashion. So that'll do it. 1 week remains in the regular season. Can't wait till next weekend. Until then, Scott Hanson.
The spirit of linebacker Sam Mills lives on in 2 words. And the sounding of the drum reminds every Panther to keep pounding as they get ready for a fight here at Charlotte's Bank of America Stadium. Up next, it's our main event between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Visiting sideline, look at the head coach of the Vikings. These guys played good football the last month plus. They are 4-2 in their last 6. Facing off with him, that's the head coach of the Panthers. These guys with the crowd at their backs, and things only going to get louder once this game begins. Vikings pick up the win on the road. Well, we talked about it throughout this contest, Brock. They were already into the playoffs when this one kicked off, but now they're going in with a little extra momentum.
Yeah, momentum, confidence, belief, whatever you want to throw into kind of that recipe. But bottom line, you want to be playing your best football when it matters the most, and they did today.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Charlotte.
And it's going to be good. Hi, everyone. Scott Hanson here with your weekly recap for Week 18. We start with a good matchup in the NFC. And it's the former Michigan man, J.J. McCarthy. This is going to end up a touchdown. The Vikings are in as the division champs. They finish off the regular season in style. Up next, it's a big one here in the final week of the season. And this is the Steelers quarterback. He connects. It's a 16-yard touchdown. The Steelers will be a part of this year's playoffs. They get the victory here in the regular season finale. One more to show you. Let's go to Philadelphia. It's the Eagles taking on the Buffalo Bills. And it's Khalil Shakir. You want instant offense? Try this one on for size. He makes the catch, and then watch him go. Put it down as an 81-yard catch and run for the score. The Bills will be the #1 seed in the playoffs. They finish off the regular season with the
downtown Minneapolis. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. Today, we continue on this Wild Card Sunday. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. Here for the visiting Bucs as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.
Everyone, Scott Hanson with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. We start with a good matchup in the NFC, and this is Baker Mayfield. He was sensational all afternoon. This one of 4 touchdown passes on the day. The Bucs pull off the big upset. The wild card knocks off the division champ. They're moving on to the divisional round. Next up, let's go out to Glendale, Arizona, checking in on the Cardinals. They're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's the man, Saquon Barkley. He's going to look this one in, and he'll take it from there. It's a 59-yard touchdown. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the New England Patriots. And this is the running back for the home team. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Ravens take care of business. The number 2 seed will get another home game in the divisional round. That's a wrap. Until next time, I'm Scott Hanson. Good night from all of us at This is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get to. We'll start in Philadelphia. The Eagles at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And this is Jordan Love. He's going to survey the field and find Tucker Kraft. 18 yards, it's a touchdown. The Packers pull off yet another upset. They're now just 1 win away from the Super Bowl. From there, how about we head out to Buffalo? Let's check in on the Bills as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's Khalil Shakir. They put a lot of trust in him, and it's well placed. This, one of 3 touchdowns for him in the game. Plenty to get to. Let's start in Landover. The Commanders at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And it's the veteran, Terry McLaurin. He's going to look at the catch and then look upfield and watch this. He'll take it 65 yards to the end zone. The Commanders keep it rolling. The number 1 seed is off to the Super Bowl, where they will be the favorites to hoist the Vince Lombardi Trophy. From there, how about we head out to Buffalo? Let's check in on the Bills as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And oh, you better put a spy on this guy, Lamar Jackson. He pulls it, and now he's thinking first down. Now he's thinking touchdown. 31 yards on the scramble for the score. The Ravens are off to the Super Bowl. They had to win 3 games to get there. They did it, and they'll represent the AFC.
The top prize in the NFL is the Lombardi Trophy, but some individual hardware is pretty nice to end a season with too. Today, one of their players has a reason to celebrate.
This is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Just an incredible game, Super Bowl 61 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it's Lamar Jackson. A touchdown pass from 15 yards away. The Ravens get it done. Congratulations to them. They are your Super Bowl champions.